Need a boo-boo? You got to get the bips from the basket. Morning, everybody. No, I don't think that video actually plays locally for you now. I don't know. Great update. But anyways, good to see you. Happy Friday. It's going to be a great day. Well, Michael likes the shirt. How you like my new shirt? It's actually nice. I like it. I'll go buy some more. I like that. Henley, or I mean, Michael. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is, for the record, state the date. 9/8/17, September 8th, 2017, which is a Friday. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. The past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But please always stay small, stay humble on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Marina, men think only men trade. Yeah, but when women trade in front of us, it's sexy. So my name is Wayne McDonell, Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you so much for being a client. Three diamonds in the sky. Thank you so much for being a client. We appreciate you. We work hard for you. Low spreads, fast execution speed, world-class customer support, everything that you need to become a successful Forex trader, at least in your partner, your solutions provider, is really, ideally, your broker is basically invisible, right? Wouldn't that be great? You just click a button, boom, right? And if there's ever a problem, the problems get solved. So anyways, that's what we try to do for you. Get out of your way. Be here if you need us. I do these sessions 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, here at Forex.Today, except for the first Friday of the month. That one Friday of the month, I'm at FX Street. What a pic. Look at this little picture here. Yeah, and again, you can see I'm tracking hurricanes in the background. You see that? You see this right in here? Why won't the color change? Black? This is supposed to be black. Sure enough, doesn't do black. But anyways, you see that back there? This picture must be close to 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I was tracking hurricanes in real time. Which is amazing because, I was only 16 then. Now that I'm 26, almost 27, I'm getting better as a trader. That's a long time ago, right? And anyways, that's in our current news, our contemporary news. Well, this app is just not working well. I can't change colors of the drawing tool, but now I've deleted the drawing tool and the drawing is still there. Hopefully this isn't going to cause problems. So anyways, thank you for the software update. Appreciate that. Whoever makes ridiculous software. I make ridiculous software ridiculous. That should be the programmer's t-shirt, no? Was it Katrina? I think it was farther. I mean, it wasn't a special hurricane. It was just a hurricane season. It was just something I used to do or pay attention to quite a bit, actually. Joe made 160 pips yesterday with the USD Mexican peso. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, I should show you. Peter, this again. Oh, look at this. Oh, thank you, bro. Look what I got. Beauty. Thank you. And in each box, the beautiful cigar. So, anyways, thank you so much for the gift. It was an awesome cigar too. Ridiculously good. Oh, so thanks, Pete. Mr. Ward. Yeah. Joe's like, no. Those are so nice. That must be at least a 200 pip trade. But thank you, Mr. Ward. So anyways, congratulations for all those that got peso trade. Because remember, we do it every month. Last month, we discussed it being not a good month, and it didn't provide us a decent trade. And then this month, it did take off. It did do what it was supposed to do. So let's see if this drawing tool will work. Okay, it works over here. So here's Friday, right here. And we knew that it's not a green light to sell until Friday. We did talk about this one, like I think it was Monday or Tuesday, being sort of a higher risker one, and you had to hold on to it forever kind of thing. And that actually ended up working out too. Now, Friday you might have tried, and that might have been frustrating. Monday you might have tried, that might have been frustrating. Turned out it was Tuesday. But there was a breakout retracement trade in here. That's probably Joe's trade. If he had trapped it. So anyways. Well, this is a great trade. Thanks. You know what I will take credit for? Because at the end of the day, you make the trade, not me. So, but if I did anything, most likely I'd put you onto a path where you never even considered a peso before. And if you had looked at USD peso, you probably would have traded it both ways like any other currency. But sort of gift wrapping a trade that works almost every month. So it's not like Joe just made 160 pips. He made 160,000 pips over the course of his lifetime. And that's got to be worth the cigar, Joe. I'm just saying. You got to be careful though. Like the virtual cigars work, because what I don't want is like homemade jam and cocaine showing up at my front door. Hey, it's a gift. Thanks for the trade. I'm like, cocaine? What does Joe do on his? What does Joe do in his spare time? I trade cocaine and currencies. So, anyways, yeah, I'm watching Narcos second season. It's pretty interesting. Well done. Okay, so yeah, so anyways, so that worked out great. Glad you guys got it. It's a gem. So one piece of advice, wouldn't it be nice if you had 5 or 6 or 7 gems like that? Things you just did, sort of like a routine type basis. What if all you did was peso? What if all you did was weekly and monthly swings? What if all and you break it down to just a few things, but you've practiced and rehearsed and tracked your statistics and refined and improved just those 5 things. And I'm not joking, like it might only be 1 or 2 things a year. Maybe in 5 years from now, you only do 5 things. But you may have tried the other way. And the other way is to sit down, just throw a bunch of trades around every day and hope that your winning percentage averages go up. And I'm saying, like, turn that idea around and say, do only 5 things, but do them extraordinarily well and have them planned days or even weeks. Like, we know what we're going to do with this peso 4 weeks from now. Okay? You see what I mean? So what did we talk about 2 or 3 days ago? I guess, yeah, probably 3 days ago now. Look for double bottoms at key levels of support or double tops at key levels of resistance. And then look for 1, 2, 3 reversal patterns. That's very specific. And enter the trade at the roll reversal. That's a very, 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 very specific thing. And I said, look for it, at least 100 of them. That might be one of your things. And what happens in particular, then you start tracking the ones that work for you and the ones that don't work for you. And then you dive deeper in the statistics and you ask yourself, what happens if you take that type of trade at a reversal pivot early in the week? What happens? Versus later in the week, what happens? Monday reversals, Tuesday reversals, Wednesday reversals with those double top, double bottom, 1, 2, 3 patterns. And then you say, well, which ones work best statistically? The Monday ones, the Tuesday ones, the Wednesday ones, the Thursday? How about Friday? And all of a sudden, you know, if it's hitting Monday or Tuesday, you might like virtually always make money. And on a Friday, maybe it's not so consistent. Why? Because it's planning to break out next week. Wouldn't it be nice to know these things? That's how you become a very, 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 very good trader. Not chasing stochastic crossovers and MACDs and ADXs. It's not the stupid London breakout strategy. Although if you want to do that, make it one of your things. Thank you, Pete, again for the cigars. I'm not sure if you were here. If you just walked in. Nothing's wrong with the London dairy. Nothing. All I'm telling you is master it if you're going to do something like that. Cool. Did you see them though? Were you here? Did you see them? I just showed them to everybody. I didn't see you type, so I'm not sure if you were here. Beautiful, beautiful cigars. Just fantastic. 6.6 by 66. Beautiful. All right. So anyway, so there's the peso. Oh. So I thanked you publicly, by the way. Now check this out. Look at this. Hallelujah. Look at that. And then you open up a coffin. Right? And inside that, cellophane. And then you get to that. And look, there's the foot, but there's the head. Look how flat that is. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. It's like smoking a chocolate cake. Oh. Luckily, I got a humidor big enough to hold that giant box. I'm telling you, it smells fantastic. Yeah. So anyways, namaste. Thank you. Enjoy that. I'll have the buddies over. All right. So anyways, there's the USD Mexican peso. Great. Good. Who remembers this conversation from Monday? Took me a long time to draw all that. Triangles and look at the horizontal lines and the breakouts and the retracement, and then the following breakout, then the following retracement, and so on and so forth. That trade smells so good. Hey, no joke. I had a contractor come over to my basement to, he's going to build a cigar room in my basement. My wife's like, what? I'm like, oh, baby, it's going to be ventilated. It's going to be ionized. The contractor's like, you could put a door with a thumbprint security and an opaque glass. It's opaque when it's locked. When you unlock it, it's clear. Yeah, but with the club chairs and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that funny? She's like, it's yours. Take up the house. I'm like, no, baby. No. So anyways, that's a lot of good trades. So anyways, check that out, right? So how many people would say that that worked out reasonably well? And remember, we went step by step by step by step. You can see in here, it didn't quite work out as good as I would have hoped. It did kind of spike up and it did kind of retrace, but only back to the moving average. All right, well, but we talked about this as the anatomy, right? Didn't this also start out with the fib thing? Like, when is it a retracement? When is it a reversal? All that kind of stuff. But it's step by step by step. Pivots are obviously a big part of this. This is standard resistance, standard support. You look for these types of reversals in these types of situations. And these types of reversals followed by a higher high or lower low indicate the change of direction. And then which you look for retracements back to the roll reversal. And you can see left shoulder, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulder type pattern, if that's what you see. Okay. Most people don't see inverse very well, so that's why I like to do it other ways. And then that predicts an up, and that predicts a down, and that predicts an up. And so if it's going to go up, where would it go? You just guess the pivot. And then if it goes to there, where will it retrace to? Well, you guess the old support becomes support again in here, plus a Fibonacci, plus a central. So you like, okay, there's support there. So that's resistance, that's support, and that would predict up here. And next pivot, blah, 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 blah. And the ultimate target is right there. And this is what we did on Monday. Okay, which part is entry? Great question. Okay, so let's draw it. See, these are good questions because I assume you know it or you see it. And if you don't, just ask, right? All right. This is the predictable bottom. You don't buy it. I mean, you can sort of scalp from there, especially on a 1 minute. But you plan for a bounce, which means you need proof. The proof is the higher high being higher than this high. That's why I drew triangles. So you can see this side is higher than that side, this slope. Okay? So when you're up here, you look to the left and you say, all right if it comes back to sort of this area. You buy. Now, I think I did this during non-farm payrolls. None of this stuff this week had happened yet. And that's what this stuff over here is about, okay? But anyways, this is a predictable long entry based on this higher high, based on that higher high being higher than that, okay? The next one is this down to this, okay? And then here to here, but this one didn't happen, so on and so forth. Okay. And of course, if you have this going on a 4-hour chart, in your plan on this 4-hour chart, let's see, let's change colors here. The plan on the 4-hour chart is this. You believe it's doing something to this effect. Then on a 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 1-hour chart, whatever, on smaller time frames, there's a plethora, a cornucopia of trade opportunities, because on your 4-hour, you know where it's going. You see what I mean, Brandon? Your strategy on your 4-hour dictates you're going from M2 to M4. That's your strategy. Then you work on your tactics. So what are your tactics? You drop into a smaller time frame and you buy dips, you buy retracements, but you're a buyer and you're a buyer at support, and it's go, go, go. Okay? Then, because a lot of, I would say most, if not all, amateur traders, they just grab a 15-minute chart and they just start tactically kicking down doors and shooting people. But they're not really sure what side they're on. And they're not even sure why they're kicking down the door, but they're just like, You're like, well, you probably should have a strategy. Like, are you on the good team or the bad team? Are you a good guy or bad guy? I don't know. I just like to kick down people's doors and start shooting, right? You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Right? No, what team are you on? Do you have a uniform on? Right? So this is, you have to have strategy. You can't just be tactics. So are you bull or a bear? Well, based on my analysis of the 4-hour chart, we ended last week at a key reversal pivot, and I observed an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So this week, strategically, I'm a bull. And I believe we're going to go from M2 to M4, in which we are currently breaching, and this would be like Monday or Tuesday, the weekly central. So on smaller time frames, I'm buying dips. And I will keep doing this until we get to my red zone, which is the area between the M4 and the R2. Now, bear in mind, this move that we set up at non-farm payrolls is, what do you want to call that? 127? And we're now at 132. Is that right? I can't quite see it. It looks like 27, 28 maybe? I guess it's closer to 29, sorry. So we're only up 300 pips from NFP. But you notice I'm not pointing this down. If you remember, it took me a long time to draw all this and explain it. So we're only up 300 pips. But you might have 10 little trades on that by now. Right? See, so let's let me see if I can turn this little thing on. All right, can you find, knowing that you're only going long, can you find any opportunities to go long? Up, 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 down, down, roll reversal. Up, 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 down, down, roll reversal. Okay, knockout, breakout, right? See? Trap it. See, resistance, support, trap it, breakout, retracement, long, right? You see all these dips? This is where you use like dynamic levels of support, like the 21, okay? See, another higher high, buy the next dip, another higher high, buy the dip, higher high, buy dips or buy touches of 21s. I mean, there must be 6 or 7 pretty standard spot trades in there. But your trading results are probably inconsistent when you do spot trades because you lack the bigger plan. Does that make sense, guys? The plan is the hard part. Trading's the easier part. The trading should be easy. Like you're buying dips. Like where's the complication? Every time it makes a higher high, right? Drop fib. Okay. Just, I mean, I don't necessarily even use fibs anymore because I get it. I'm buying dips, but whatever. So every time it makes a higher high, right? Buy the dip. Right? Every time it makes a higher high, buy a dip. There's only once where it probably cleared you out, but even then it's basically still a trapping. So you're like, well, what do I do now, Wayne? All that's happened. Great. Well, didn't it just make a higher high? Where are you going to draw your low from here? Cool. So now you're waiting for something like this on a 15-minute chart. Okay? But that's just tactics. That's the easy part. Okay? I mean, what's the basic in the book? Everyone here, or most people here, read my book. Okay? This goes back 1,000 years. It's like dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs, I know, are longer than 1,000 years ago. Anyways, 2155 cross up, right? 5A cross long. 5A cross down, take profit. 5A cross up, go long. 5A cross down, take profit. 5A cross up, go long. 5A cross down, take profit. 5A cross up, and you're still long. I mean, what if you just did that, like elementary school stuff? Right? That was fun smoking cigars with you guys in Hong Kong. That was cool. Sure, anything for you, Marina. I don't have one set up here. We'll have to go. We'll have to go direct to the source. How long must we sing this song? Okay. So the first thing I noticed that these weekly pivots are duds or dead. We've already spent them. So let's go monthly. Okay. Let's see. Up, 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 down, down, buy. 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 Uh-oh. Right? Break. Where's the breakout? Maybe here. Down, 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 buy. Into the target. This is the obvious resistance. You can stay long if you want. You can get out if you want. You can scale if you want. That is the conservative bullish target for the month of September, but it's subjective. You can stay in or get out. That's up to you. If it gets up to here, you have to get out. On the flip side of that, if you observe something like this, then this is what we talked about at the beginning of this week, that you're going to look for entries here. Double top at resistance, key level, reversal pivot, lower low. Remember, it's an uptrend, so no lower lows are not supposed to exist. Retracement back to the roll reversal, and then short, 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 short. Yeah, so you want the long, you can. So I think some ambassador says, do you think the trend has changed? What did we start looking for in the third week of August? What did I plan 6 months in advance to start looking for in the third week of August? Not specifically just that, but hopefully that. But what is it that we look for that time of year? Remember, yen is just a consequence, but we're looking for a change. Well, it doesn't have to be policy. No. Just change a trend, change of market, but the great change. So we're already looking for. So if you look at something and say, "Wow, this might be a full-on reversal," that's what we've been looking for. That's what we're talking about. That's it, right? I didn't say this in the second week of August or the first week of August or the last week of July, middle of July. I didn't say the third week of September. I said, I don't know when it's going to happen, but that day, that third week of August, you start to look for the big change. We don't know when it's going to happen. That day, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but that's when you start looking. And before that, you're just shooting at rabbits, eating rabbit stew every day until that. Okay? Because that's it. Because that's how it is, Peter. Right? Why do farmers plant seeds in the spring? So that's how it is. Right? So, yeah. So if you think you're observing a key change, well, that's what we've been looking for. Okay? And notice this is the third week in here. This is the third week of August. Right? 18th, 24th. Hey, look, it reversed. Right, the dollar hasn't changed, but what's changed is the traders came back to the market. That's what's changed. So quite a coincidence we got such a big move just exactly. I mean, look, the market bottomed the third week of August. I told you in January that would happen. Not the second week of August. Right? I mean, you guys know I'm not joking, right? It wasn't the second week of August in January where I said, right? So I'll give you another hint. What am I going to do this January? I'm going to buy Japanese yen. What? Yeah. Already have a plan, bro. Brah. Brew. So anyways, cool. Yeah, that would be important. Marina says, well, what if I want to buy it? You can't. The reason you can't buy it, I mean, you just can't. It's against the law of nature. If you believe you're at resistance, you can't buy it. So it just begs the question, do you believe we're at resistance? Quite a coincidence that we're pinging off of this monthly M4. So you have to observe. Remember, if you don't see it as resistance, then it's not. Then you can buy it. Okay? Is that a coincidence? Test, fail, breakout, tried to hold, breakout, tried to hold, fail. So if you think that we're bouncing at this 81.0000, it's actually 81.11 or something. If you think that's a pure coincidence, then sure, you can start buying dips and have a breakout. Or if you break out of this, I can only draw a straight. Let's try this again. Or if you can get a breakout and you're inside the trade zone and now you're through M4 but going for R2, then on the smaller time frame you could probably get a dipsy-do like this. But you don't want to make a habit of buying things in the pivot profit zone, because the pivot profit zone, if you're using it, is predicting that the appreciation in the price is overbought and should stop. And the reason for it is everyone else that's using that same pivot, they know you're supposed to get out. So they're thinking about getting out when you're thinking about getting in, and that's just not cool, right? So you better know what you're doing, and even then it's probably a short-term trade. And you don't want to make a habit of picking up pips between the M4 and R2, right? You should be asking, should I stay in and go for the R2, not get in, right? I mean, look at that. So you could just sell at 81 and it'd be a reasonable trade plan. You could sell here, put your stop up here, and probably be better off. How far away is that? Yeah, so you could have a 100 pip stop on this and probably be fine. No, I wouldn't consider something that small a double top. I mean, if you're looking at it on this time frame, maybe, but not really. So like you're looking at this, is this a double top? I would expect to see something like this. Okay. And in fact, Marina's challenge of R2 would probably come all the way down here first, bounce, and then go up, and then produce something like this. Okay. And then you'd set up a head and shoulders. Okay. Remember, never, ever, ever, ever assume a quick reversal, especially on a high time frame, monthly pivots. It's not going to be a quick reversal. It's going to be a slow reversal. So double top, down, higher high, down, double top, down, lower high, down, lower low, and then you're looking for ups and lows and ups and lows. So it could be a week from now before it actually reverses. But it still is the same. It's still probably not a good idea to be buying at resistance. Okay. So you could do it on the smaller time frame as a double top, but just make sure your targets are modest. CAD yen. Do I have CAD yen here maybe? I don't have CAD yen on this page. All right, CAD yen. You are not on the moon. Okay. So there's the trade plan from, was it last week? I have it coming down to a 618 because we had this plan back here. I have it coming back to the 618 roll reversal. And from that, it was supposed to go to 89.72, but it went to 89.73. Sorry, half a pip off. And now I'd be hoping for a fib now. So now I would hope for something like this. Well, I have multiple pivot point stuff, and I just get them from Codebase. There's all kinds of goodies in here. These are all indicators. You can sort them by indicators only, expert advisors, scripts. I just put on indicators only. These are all indicators. All you have to do is right click and add them to the chart. It's really cool. Auto Fibbo, automatic Fibonacci with zigzag base. Great, that sounds neat. Hang on, I got rid of my, I can't see you, where did you go? There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go okay. Did it draw it? Auto Fibbo. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me get rid of this indicator now. So look what it's doing. There's the, it's automatically drawing the fibs. See that? So if I this would be better for me as a scalper. I'd be looking to scalp like that. I would sell if I was doing short-term trading only. So you see I added this just through the code base and I right clicked and I'm in. Should we not consider the double top on that? Yeah, you totally could. Yeah. Yeah, you totally could. So you see how I changed time frames? And now it's looking more like this. In fact, I would want to kick off the 21. So let's say it makes a 3A2 fib on the daily and then heads up. Cool, right? So that's how I found and added an indicator in seconds. Hang on, I gotta get this. Maybe it'll go back. Beep, 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 beep. So that's anyways, that's CAD yen. Very nice. Still up a couple of hundred pips at least. So we did pound, euro, euro. Looks like the resistance that we have marked is holding. Look how predictable it is, huh? What an amazing coincidence. So that you could have this as a double top, lower low, looking to short in here. Okay. Okay. Look at the pivot cluster though. Monthly and weekly pivots as resistance. No, I don't use Gartley's Hadir, but inevitably I think all they're showing you is Fibonacci retracements and extensions. So, you know. One of my favorite stories though was that I think it was the very first Forex trading expo. And there was a speaker there, and I'd never seen another Forex trader. So I'm like, I think I'll go to somebody else's presentation because I'm teaching people how to trade Forex, and I've never actually met another Forex trader. So I don't know if I'm good or bad. I was really not sure how good I was, right? So I go check out someone else's presentation. Anyways, the guy is 45 minutes into a presentation on how to trade Gartley patterns, and it's incredibly complicated. He's measuring the angles of the corners of the triangles, and then the fib retracements, and this and that predicts this, and this has to be a 12 degree of this 27 degree, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm out of my league. I don't know anything about what this guy's talking about. It was unbelievably complicated. And I'm thinking, oh my God, all I'm doing is I'm buying moving average crossovers. I'm like, wow, I'm a simpleton. I'm a nobody. This guy's destroying me. I have no idea how to trade like this guy. And then around the 45-minute mark, he realizes he's made a mistake on one of his slides. And he goes quiet. He's looking at it, and he realizes it's too complicated to go back and change and reteach. He couldn't just like say, oh, I made a mistake. No, it was so complicated that he couldn't go back. There wasn't enough time. And it was just like this weird, awkward moment. He's like, actually, I made a mistake, and everything I just explained to you is worthless. And we all just looked around and like, and he just kind of like walked off stage. And that was that. And I thought, oh, thank goodness. Because all I do is buy in uptrends and sell in downtrends. And I'm like, maybe simple is better. But that's a true story. And then, so I go to another presentation, and it's a panel discussion. There's like 3 or 4 experts up there, and they're arguing about whether technical analysis works or fundamental analysis works. And they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm just standing in the back. I took my speaker badge off, and it's going on and on and on. And again, I don't really know much, right? You're right. So anyways, I put my hand up. Nobody knows me. And they're like, yes, sir, the guy in the back. I'm like, this is a conference for new retail Forex traders. Wouldn't it be great advice to say that you should know both technical and fundamental analysis and have that part of your decision-making process? And the whole audience turned and looked at me, and then the guy with the mic, he grabbed the mic, and the whole audience turned back to the stage, and he's like, "Yeah, that makes sense, but technical analysis, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "All right." And that was probably the last presentation I've ever been to. The very first Forex Trading Expo. I've never seen anyone else speak. So, anyways, I look at this and very interesting, huh? Double top at a pivot cluster of resistance. No, so Tim Berkwin was the founder of the Forex Trading Expo, and so I did 3 or 4 of those, and then he sold them to Traders Expo, and they do the Forex Trading Expo, and then they do the Traders Expo, and then they, for a while, they did Forex and futures and Forex and options, and I've attended most of those. In Vegas, in New York, I did both of those quite a bit, and then I don't do them anymore. So I don't think so. Hang on, I got to get this. Sorry. Yeah. So, anyways, so no, I don't think they do the Forex expos anymore. But yeah, I used to do them all the time. Had a lot of fun. It costs a lot of money though. I spent like 200,000 or 300,000 per year going to expos and stuff. And like, wow. So we had fun, but you don't make any money. You just spend money. So, all right. So that's cool. So euro dollar, great. Beep. Oil still consolidating. Yesterday I thought, hey, because of this low, maybe it'll make a lower high. No, it's just still consolidating. So again, you can't buy it, or let's say you shouldn't buy it at resistance. So you just keep waiting for reversal patterns. That's it. So at least we knew not to buy, and it stopped going up. So at least half right. USD CAD through the monthlies, through the weeklies. Very dangerous trading. Very statistically rare, if you want to look at it that way. I don't know if you want your trading to be statistically rare. There we go. But if you're going to trade it, kick it off the moving averages. I'm sort of out of pivots and stuff, so just keep trading it, right? You see, back to the 21 down. Price action and moving averages, and just be careful. Don't get greedy, don't get stupid. Okay, just remember, there's something fundamentally important going on. Money is definitely flowing to Canada. Great. But just be careful because it's pretty rare to blow out all those pivots. Peso, I think this was our target, wasn't it? The pivot cluster, I even drawing it. Did we talk about that? This is where to get out. I don't know if I said it out loud or anything. Okay. Well, okay. I'm not sure if I said that is a place to take profit or not. If not, I'm sorry, but I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure. Gold. Again, statistically, we're pretty close to the end. The projected high for the month is just up in here between, what is that, 1360 to 1373, is that right? So we're pretty close to the end. Oh, here says I said look for the reversal. All right, cool. I mean, the support's clearly there, so I mean, I'm sure I said something. USD yen. Okay. This is one where we're looking for a possible reversal. Never got it. Never set up. No trade. Sort of the end of the road there. We done everything? Long-term tops on gold. You mean that? You are the I. Ready to do some CAD?
Needing data in just a few seconds. (6.2%) unemployment is 1/10 lower than expected and down 1/10 from prior. Net change employment at 22.2 thousand, above 15,000 expected. Capacity in line at 85%. Prior revised 1/10 lower to 83.2%. Participation rate remaining at 65.7% in Canada.
Looks like we did all right identifying support and resistance, huh? What do you want to do? Well, remember, the bear wants to sell at resistance. Bull wants to buy at support. You want to buy one just for fun? I didn't have the OCO. Dang, didn't have an OCO on this? So I'm the monkey in the middle. The better way is to take the extreme, obviously. If you're a bear, you sell high. If you're a bull, you buy low. So I'm the monkey in the middle. But it's just simply breakout retracement type strategy. The problem with this type of setup is we never made a higher high. You see what I mean? So this is just for fun. But, you know, we're in a solid downtrend, right? So we'll just see what conspires. It's also a psych level. You know, there's a little bit of hope to it, but not much. There was another trade that caught my eye, and now I've forgotten it. It was at a really nice key reversal area. Remember, we covered what, Aussie yen? Oh no, Aussie dollar. Wasn't that one? Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was Marino's long, somebody else's short. Have you heard the news today? Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Make it go away. Well, one of the things I watched yesterday was Kiwi dollar or Kiwi yen, and I never really got the right price. It was close a couple of times. Did I have it on here? Kiwi. I guess I had it here. I was waiting. I knew we were potentially close. You see what I mean? Like that's the projected bottom, but we blew through last month's projected bottom as well. So you got to be a little cautious. But the fact that it's bounced, oh, this is USDN, sorry. Uh, where was it? Maybe I don't have it on here. But anyways, wondering if it'll turn for us.
About 10 minutes, you should see comments from Feds Harker speaking on consumer finance at an event in Philadelphia.
Always check to make sure everything's on the same time frame. See, it's not 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So that needs to be 4 hour, 4 hour. Look at the pound yen. Again, bouncing at my support. Could be interesting. Notice that this move in here is the third week of August, 24th. Actually, this actual bottom is the third week of August. Beast. Now I was long a couple of these and then got like this spike down. I think it took me out because I think I entered on the right shoulder, or on the left shoulder, I should say. But I tried. I know I had 2 or 3 on the Aussie yen, and I think 1 on here and 1 on another one. But okay. But now on a higher time frame, this looks like a shoulder too, doesn't it? Do I think the CAD will retrace now? I have no idea. Yeah, don't really know. It's just a volatility trade, so it's not a confirmation of fundamental long-term fundamentals or technicals. In fact, it's a downtrend. I should be selling. But I'm down 10 pips, 8 pips now, right? Not a lot to cry about. Look at this Aussie CAD. Look at it play the pivots. Wow, check that out.
U.S. Treasury futures now falling to the lows of the session, down a quarter of a point now in the 30-year, the 10-year no future 127.18, half a tick off the lows. Yield moving back towards 2.05% in the 10-year.
Isn't that funny? North Korea fires off some missiles and you should be buying real estate. Funny how the world works, right? See how narrow the spread is. It's just amazing. Wow. Thank you, TradersWay. So anyways, back at break even, 50-50 chance, but it's not really 50-50 because it's downtrend, so I'll probably not make money. But I'm not really losing money at the moment. Fine, whatever. Hey, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And have a wonderful weekend. It smells so good. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being on my team. I appreciate you being here every day. I really do. I mean, I'm being genuine by that. I like hanging with you.
Now President Trump out with some early morning tweets, tweeting towards his
See you Monday.
Republican allies, saying that he's been hearing about repeal and replace for 7 years and it didn't happen. So lamenting on the Senate filibuster rule.